Yes, just so we have learned this grid by observation grid. When the product of two negative numbers, we got the positive numbers. The product of a negative and a positive will got a negative integer. A product of both are positive integers, we got a positive integers. Now, if it is more than two negative integers, what is will get the results? So, we do by observation. I will give some different examples we will try and we learn it. If it is more than negative numbers are there more than 2, the what is the results. Now, we will take about the minus 3 into minus 4 into minus 1 into we got these 3, we got the negative numbers. Okay, then what is the results of the number? What sign we can get here? Now, first just to multiply the normal multiplication, 3 into 4 is 12, 12 into 1 is 12, you write it. Then before, what sign should be right here? Now, very carefully, take the any first two numbers you take. Now, minus into minus, that means the product of two negative numbers is a positive number. Now, first I write the plus sign. Then 3 4s are 12 and into we got the minus 1. Now, here very carefully observe their sign. Here is plus sign, here is a minus sign. Now, I got it a positive product of the negative number product. What we will get is a positive into a negative. Always we will learn it is a negative sign. The third one we will learn it. One negative integer, other one is a positive integer. The product of these two will be a negative integer. Now, write it plus into minus is minus. So, in place of here, I can write as a minus 12. The product of, if it is more than two negative numbers are there, 1, 2, 3, more than 2 is there, the negative sign. Now, what is that? If I get a 3 negative signs, I will get a negative number. Very carefully observe, very, very important. The next I am going to ask some question. The second one is 3 into minus 3, minus 2, minus 1 into minus, I will write it here is 4. Then what is the results of this? First, as usual, you write the multiplication. The product of 3 into 2 into 4 into 1. Okay, I am writing. The 3 2s are 6, 6 1s are 6, 6 4s are 24. Yes, I will write 24. Then what sign should I keep here? Okay, we know the properties. We have learned total is 3. One is the product of two positive number is positive integer. The product of two negative integer is the product is a negative positive integer. One is positive, one is negative, or one is negative, one is positive. The product of these two numbers, the result is negative integer. So, based on these three, we are going to learn now. Now, we got it. These two are there, here is there. So, minus into minus, the product of two negative sign is become positive sign. 3 2s are 6. The next is symbol, this symbol into. Again here is there, minus into minus, the product of two negative is a positive sign, then 4 1s are 4. So, here is again the positive into a positive number, the product of two positive number is a positive number, then 6 4s are 24. That means here is in place of the question mark, I can put it here is then plus 24. There is no need of writing plus number, just you can simply write 24. It should be understood it should be a positive sign. If I put a sign with that, that must be a negative only we need required to write the negative sign if it is get negative. But there is no need of writing positive. The product of two negative integer is a positive number. Very careful. The one more question I am going to give, we will see in this. So, number 3. Okay, now we will give the one more. 6 minus 6 minus 2 minus 3 minus 4 into, we will write it here is minus 1. What is the number it is? Then what sign shall I keep? Here is there are 3 negative numbers, and next here is that 4 negative numbers. Here is again the 5 negative numbers. There is always more than 2 negative integers. Right. First, we will multiply the numbers first of all. The 6, first we will write about a sign, right, minus into minus. These two product, the product of two negative numbers is a negative number, positive number. I'll put a positive. Next, these two, the product of these two numbers, both are negative, that they become positive number. And this is as usual, write with a negative number. Now we write it. 6 2s are plus 12, 3 4s are 12, and this is the minus 1. I have to do the product. Now again, then is plus into plus is the plus. 12 12s are 144 and into a minus 1. See how I am doing the every step, every sequence. You see that what are the steps I am doing here. First I took the two numbers as a product, next number I took the product, then the last number is 3. So it became 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5 integers we have taken, all 5 integers are negative sign. Now became first 2 we were taken as a grouping, first 2, second 2 and there's 1. Now it is again these 2 is become a 3 and that 12 into 12 is 144 into minus. Now plus into minus is again we have learned the third point, a negative integer and a positive integer, the product is negative integer. Here is one is negative integer, other is a positive integer, is become a negative integer. I will put a minus sign and for 144 ones are 144. Okay. The next, there is, I want to give one more number I am going to introduce. Only two negative integers, what happens here? That already we are learning. The product of two integers always a positive integer. Now, that is minus 2 into minus 3 is equal to plus 6. Minus into minus is plus 6. Okay. Now, very carefully observe it. This is how, what is the pattern of these numbers? When the two integers are there, that means 2 is an even number. There are two negative numbers, the two negative numbers, that is an even number, then we got a plus sign. When 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 negative numbers are there, that means called an odd number. When the odd number is comes under a negative sign, correct? The next will go that there are 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 negative integers are there, that is an even number. So the 4 even number, the result is even number always a positive sign. I got a plus 24. Got idea? The next will go there 5 negative integers. The product of 5 negative integers, what we'll get here is, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I got the result is negative sign. The 5 is an odd number. Whenever get the 5 odd negative integers are there, the product is always is a negative integer. The even number of negative integers will get a positive integer. So you should be remember for this. It is an what we observe in the grid. So both two negative product, positive product, one, both are positive is a positive sign, one is positive, one is negative, the product is always a negative sign. So odd number of negative signs are there, it becomes a negative. The even number of negative signs are there, that become a positive sign. Got idea? So this we have done if it is more than negative integers are there in the given, how to make the product of the integers are 2 or 3, that we are observe it. Now I'll give some questions. It is for you, not for me. One fill in the blanks. You try how we'll get. Okay. I was asking here, fill in the blanks asking question. Please, it is for you, not for me. Okay. First bit I given the 15 into minus 3. Please let me know the answer. Number 2 is a minus 6 into 100. What can we need? With integers, you put it whether positive integer and negative integer also I required both of them. The next is number 3 asking question, that is minus 100 into minus 5 is given this also, what you will get. Then one more is the third one, I am going to fourth one, it is very carefully minus 3 into minus 6 into minus 2 into that is minus 1. What kind of sign we'll get? So we'll observe. So I think your people have done it. This question, very simple it is. Whether I need, very carefully we have learned total 3 we done. The both are positive is positive, one is positive, one is negative, we will get negative. The product of two negative is a positive sign. Here is one is plus, other is minus. So positive into a negative sign, I'll get first is negative. Okay. The next is 15 3s are 45. Now if you get minus 45, yours is correct. Next is a negative sign and the product of positive sign is always a negative sign. Then 6 into 100 is 600. Correct? So if it is put minus 600, that is correct. Next is the both will say negative into a negative. Both are negative integers. The product of both are negative sign, the result is positive sign. So we got it 10 5s are, it is 100 into 5, it become 500, and both are negative sign, will get the positive, it become a 500. Now here very carefully see that. First you have to count how many negative signs are there or how many negative integers are there, you have to count. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are the 4, that is the even number. The product of 4 negative sign will get a positive sign, that is a positive sign. Then you can find out their product. Now 3, 6, 18. 18 2s are 36. 36 1s are 36. Just simple. So count how many integers are there. Based on that, we can put it their sign. So we got it, it is 36. The next is how to division of an integer. So we have learned so far with the help of the grid. The product of two negative integers is a positive integer. The product of two positive integers is a positive integer. The product of a negative and positive integer is a negative integer. So here is given how to divide an integer, which is a division. What do you mean by division? It is division is nothing but is a simple the inverse operation of multiplication. Suppose we have a number, it is 4 into 5. If we got it, it is 20, right? That means with this 20 I can write, I can divide with 4, I can get 5. If I divide with 5, I will get the 4. That means the 20 is a division of 4. What you will get the result is, now 20 divided by 5 is equal to 4. It's a 5. Again, the 20 is divided by 5. What you will get is 20 divided by 5 is equal to, we will get 4. So, it is nothing but, the division is nothing but, it is the inverse operation of the multiplication. Very simple, if you multiply 4 5s are 20, the inverse we are taking the numbers. This is called a one operation. Now, you try with this. A negative integer and dividing by a positive integer. Now, that is minus 30, which we can divide with 6. So, what you will get? The minus 30 is divided by, it is 5. What you will get the results? Then is minus 30 is divided by, it is minus 6. What is the results? The minus 30 if we divide with minus 5. Now we have checked very carefully. One is a negative integer dividing with a positive integer. So this I can write minus 30 divided by 60, will check. So minus 30 is divided by 6. First I can write like this. Then 6 1s are 6 5s are. The sign is minus 5. That means a positive and a negative integer, the result is always a negative integer. So now here also in the division also, one is negative, other is positive. When I divide, the result is minus 5. The next is, the 30 should divide with 5. Minus 30 is divided by 5. Now 5 1s are, it is 5 6s are, that is minus 6. Again, one is negative, other is a positive, then both, if I divide it, I got the minus negative sign. Now here is a both are negative sign. We have learned it, the product of both are the negative sign, the result always a positive sign. Now we'll check it is how we'll write it, this one is. So minus 30 is divided by minus 6. Okay, now first you did, then minus and minus will be cancelled, become a plus sign, and 6 1s are 6 and 6 5s are 30, that is equal to plus 5. Now we got it. The next is, what is that? Minus 30 is divided by, it is minus 5. Now both minus will cancel, the 5 6 are 30. Now I got it. The division of, it is simple as usual. What is your multiplied? The same sign we are getting also in the division. Because it is inverse operation of the multiplication is known as the division, that we have learned it already. So that is, both will be, the sign cannot be changes here. Okay, the one is written, both are, one is positive, negative and positive, we got negative, and negative and a positive also got negative. Both are negative sign, we got the positive. The next is, if it is both are positive numbers, how to divide, what is the sign for the integer? Now we'll write it here, that is, then 40 is divided by, it is 4. What sign? Both are positive, plus 40 and plus 4. Now we'll write this as 40 is divided by 4, that is equal to plus 10. Correct. So that means when both are positive, the result is positive. Also in the product of two positive sign, we'll get always a positive sign. It's always a positive sign. Here also, dividing with the both are positive sign, the integer is also a positive integer. I got plus 10. So all the three, we have done it operations. That is, one positive, one negative, both are negative, both are positive. All the three we learn. There is a one table which you will learn already, your teacher taught, I think. So it is here. The plus into plus is always a plus, and plus into minus is minus, minus into plus is minus, and both are minus sign is equal to plus. So this already our teacher done it in the class. He shown it. You must remember these things only, so we can do the while multiplying any integer or while dividing an integer, what is sign of the quotient, or what is the after addition or the subtraction or the division, you must apply this principle. Okay. In the addition, in subtraction, which is the biggest number, that sign should be right there. So next